play some amazing music, and I'm pretty excited to have them on the show. If you want to hit me up in the booth, 43220-3991. And honestly, if we're already in the live session booth, we can give it a go.
How's it going?
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm so good. This is HUG MOSH. They are wonderful. They are so, so sweet. And I'm so excited to have you on my show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you,
course.
Sled, CJSW, Simulation Soirée. Yeah, just happy to be here.
I'm happy to have you on.
Check. Yo, I'm covered in dust up on your shelf. I wish I woke up as anybody else. If it wasn't for my Steam account, I'd fucking kill myself. If it wasn't for my Steam account, I'd fucking kill myself. Because I'm covered in dust up on your shelf. I wish I woke up as anybody else. If it wasn't for my Steam account, I'd fucking kill myself. If it wasn't for my Steam account, I'd fucking kill myself. Because I'm still alone when I'm around friends. I'm so exhausted from playing pretend. How are you all so naturally social? I'm anxious alone in my room tracking these vocals. I secretly wish you would ask me to chill. I've wanted to ask you, but I never will. Write you a message, delete it and repeat. Ignore when you call, tell myself you don't need me. I wrote you a message, mom, saying goodbye. Then I downloaded Elden Ring, so I'm still alive. LOL, JK, real girls don't cry. That's just my allergies, bugs in my eyes. Because I'm covered in dust upon your shelf. I wish I woke up as anybody else. If it wasn't for my Steam account, I'd fucking kill myself. If it wasn't for my Steam account, I'd fucking kill myself. Because I'm covered in dust upon your shelf. I wish I woke up as anybody else. If it wasn't for my Steam account, I'd fucking kill myself. If it wasn't for my Steam account, I'd fucking kill myself. Because I'm covered in dust upon your shelf. I wish I woke up as anybody else. If it wasn't for my Steam account, I'd fucking kill myself. If it wasn't for my Steam account, I'd fucking kill myself. Because I'm covered in dust upon your shelf. I wish I woke up as anybody else. If it wasn't for my Steam account, I'd fucking kill myself. If it wasn't for my Steam account, I'd fucking kill myself. Woo!
Thank you.
Hell yeah, that was really good.
Thank you.
Of course. Well, if you want to chat a little bit about, I have some questions for you.
Hell yeah.
Welcome to Simulation Soirée. Who
Thank you.
is HUG MOSH?
I'm HUG MOSH. My name is Fabian. I was born in Montreal, but I was raised in Ottawa, and I am a producer, DJ, vocalist, arts administrator, multidisciplinary artist based out of downtown Ottawa, and just happy to be in Calgary for the first time.
What song would you recommend to your new listeners?
Oh, that is a great question. I would, there are two very different songs. I would probably recommend to start with the one I just played, which is If It Wasn't For My Steam Account, I'd Kill Myself, or Cool Dance would be another song that I would suggest starting with. They're two very different songs.
They're really fun. You played that song, and I remember talking to you just right before the show started, and I was going to ask you this question, which I'm going to ask now. How do you think of your song titles? Because that, If It Wasn't For My Steam Account, I'd Kill Myself. Like, that's amazing, and I love it so much. Like, how do you think of your titles?
Yeah, for me, a lot of it is just like being as frank with the audience as possible and kind of just like saying what I want to say up front. A lot of the song titles are actually just like in the song, so to be a lyric that's found in the song. And I think for me, like long song titles are something you're going to see a lot along like in the HUG MOSH project, and that comes from inspiration from a lot of instrumental music, whether that's jungle and breakcore, where the there are no lyrics necessarily in the song, so the song title is going to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting to kind of contextualize what the instrumental music is actually saying. But then at the same time, I think I'm also really inspired by emo, Midwestern emo, and a lot of genres where it's the same thing that I'm kind of doing, where it'll be a lyric from directly in the song, and that'll be a full phrase a lot of the time, and it kind of gives you an insight into what is going to be in the song, maybe more than just like one or two words that could be in the title. So I'm kind of trying to say everything in the song title instead of giving you like an overarching view of what the song will be about. You know exactly what the song, If It Wasn't For My Steam Account, I'd Kill Myself, is going to be about from
right.
the song title.
What's your favorite game on your Steam account right now?
Well, that song's about like Elden. The lyric in that is, I wrote you a message, mom, saying goodbye. Then I downloaded Elden Ring, so I'm still alive. And yeah, it was Elden Ring for a long time, and then I've kind of had to clarify to my audience, Elden Ring's been out for a long time, so now I'm playing Baldur's Gate, and Baldur's Gate has been out for a long time, so now I'm playing Path of Exile 2.
It's just a recurring of whatever on your Steam oh my goodness, whatever is on your Steam library.
Yeah, so for me, I'm playing a lot of RPGs. I'm playing a lot of strategy games, 4X games, but also a lot of like smaller indie games, rinsing Pokemon forever, and then retro games. I still have a lot of my old systems, so I'm still playing PS2 games a lot of the time, and that aren't necessarily on Steam. But yeah, video games I think are like, save a lot of people's lives in a lot of ways, and whatever keeps you along for another day, I'm here for it.
I honestly love that because I grew up playing a lot of video games, and I like to think that video games did save my life at some point. So yeah, that was wonderful. I don't know if you want to play, if we have time, we have lots of music coming up from you. I have a lot of questions too, so if you'd like, we can play one more song and then we'll kick it back with some more questions afterwards.
Sounds good.
Wonderful.
Check. Right before you came over, I had to change the garbage. It was 2 weeks old and I've been feeling so lethargic. I can't drive a car, but I can pilot a starship. I don't own a house, but there's snacks in this apartment. I can only dance when I am not feeling anxious. There's a lot to say, so I printed you a pamphlet. I'm not sleeping well, and that shit's been doing damage. I really feel alright, and I believe in magic. I need you when it's tragic. Behind everything I say is nothing short of panic. I buy shit when I'm so sad and fellow when I'm manic. I got a new pair of shoes, there's nothing in my cabinets. Right before you came over, I had to change my whole vibe. I love talking to you even if I shake the whole time. I keep all that sense inside my pockets in case you ask. I practice these words inside the mirror, but you knew that. I need you when it's obvious. We were making eyes and I think the bugs are onto us. I really hope you consider eating cheese as foreplay. Oh my god, I forgot to ask you, how was your day? Damn, I know that was a lot, but how was your day? Thank you for coming over. I hope you had a good day. I printed you a pamphlet to tell you how my week was. Anyways, I hope you had a good day. Thank you.
That was awesome, and that title was, I think, The Bugs Are Onto Us, which, another thing, like, you have to, what's the meaning behind that one?
The bugs are onto us. It's kind of like I think when I was writing that song, I was legitimately cleaning a lot of depression out of my apartment before someone I had a crush on was coming over. And I think the bugs are onto us is kind of like that, when you're making eyes at someone and maybe the two of you are flirting and, there's like a paranoia of like, who's going to catch us? But like nobody's there. So it's like, we've been making eyes and I think the bugs are onto us. Like, who's gonna catch us being coy and on like a date or like at someone's apartment, and like nobody. The bugs might be onto you, but that's okay. And
how did you get to your stage name of HUG MOSH?
HUG MOSH is kind of it's like, I think it's one of those, like, it's like an entendre. It's like a reference to the concept of like moshing, but hug, and it's coming from the hardcore punk scene when I was younger, as well as the hip hop scene. I wanted a name that something I do a lot in my music is trying to get like as big of a concept down to as few words as possible. So trying like HUG MOSH to me meant that I could try to convey as much of what is in my music in 7 letters and 2 words. And it was also a reference to 924 Gilman Street in East Bay, and the mosh pits that they had there, where they would be moshing but maybe dancing or doing things that were not considered like punk rock and hardcore in their mosh pits. And that's kind of where I originally got the idea of just HUG MOSH. At the time, I wasn't sure if I was gonna throw a show called HUG MOSH or start a band called HUG MOSH. And when I started this project during the pandemic, I was like, that's the perfect name for the kind of hyper pop that was influenced by hip hop and punk and hardcore that I was working on. And now we're here.
On the topic of like what influences your music style, like what what about it specifically, like your identity or like any sort of music influence? I know you brought up like the emo and like punk scene. Like how does that mesh into how you are as a musician today?
Yeah, I have so many different influences. Like when I'm making music, I think because I also self-produce everything that I make and have pretty much always self-produced the majority of my music. For me, anything I listen to, I will have the queer audacity to try to make, and then it will find its way into my music. So there's almost nothing that I will listen to that I will not try to replicate. I don't even have to play the instruments. I will figure it out through MIDI or VSTs or something. So I kind of figured like all my music is just like a pastiche of other artists that I've listened to that had like the gall to do what they wanted to do, and then me trying to replicate it a little or being so inspired that I have to put it in. The first album I did, Ontario Hyperpuke, was really a big moment for me as an artist, as someone who's been making music for quite a long time, because of having, vocal dysphoria and not necessarily liking my voice on record as a rapper, and being able to pitch my vocals up and seeing this happening to a lot of other trans artists who were pitching their vocals up at the time and being inspired so much by the modern like hyperpop movement, maybe the second wave hyperpop you could call it.
Yeah.
And being able to pitch my vocals up and you understanding me, as opposed to prior I was like pitching my vocals down and doing gothy and witch housey stuff, and it kind of made me you weren't able to understand what I was saying. So once I pitched my vocals up, you could hear the things I was saying, and that was really important to me. So that was like a major influence to the beginning of the HUG MOSH project, and as you'll see in some of the other songs, I don't always pitch my vocals up. So that's like a major influence. But in terms of like the instrumentation, I'm using drum and bass, jungle, breakcore, boom bap, hip hop, hardcore, punk, pretty much anything, and it's turned into like a very multi-genre project.
You mentioned that you self-produce. How as an artist is the indicator that you're done with a track?
I tend to like self-produce, mix, master. I do have a friend who helps mastering a lot, Alex Jacob Chuck at Uppercut Studios. But then for me, like when a song is done is when I can listen to it over and over and over again. I'll upload demos to SoundCloud and listen to them over and over and over again. And when I'm comfortable sending that demo to my friends, and like, there's nothing that I find I can finish, that's kind of when I'm happy with them. There's two stages: when I am done with the production side, and then when I'm done with the vocal aspect of them. And when I'm happy with those two things, I kind of figure them done. And it's definitely a hard thing when you are both the producer and when you are the producer and the vocalist and the mixing and mastering engineer. Like, when are you comfortable letting go of a song? Because there's nobody else there to be like, it's mastered, it's good,
Yeah. Alrighty. How's your Sled Island?
This has been great. It's my first time in Alberta. It's my first time in Calgary, and I am loving it. I've never been out to the prairies. I've never been out west like this before. So for me, this has been an amazing experience. I absolutely love Calgary. I love the city itself, like being downtown. Everyone's been amazing at Sled, and it's been so great meeting so many artists, and also seeing so many artists that I'm already familiar with, maybe from Ottawa, Toronto, or Montreal. Seeing so many friendly faces, familiar faces has also been great, and I've loved it so far.
What's been the highlight of your Sled so far?
Oh, that is a great question. In some ways, it's been great to see artists that I've been inspired by and that I consider like legends. And I'm like, I can't believe I'm seeing like, Shushu or the Mummies or artists like that, like in person, and I'm here, I'm on the same bill of them. That has definitely been a highlight. But I also think for me, being able to go to see like friends of mine performing at Sled and being in the crowd to see them at something like this as well has been definitely a highlight. And then just how many people I've met this week that have become like instant, really close friends and that I've been able to bond with very quickly has been like definitely a highlight.
Have you had any like favorite places you visited in Calgary so far?
Oh, that's a good question. Definitely Lupo Coffee Bar that I played on Wednesday was a really fun venue. It's been really nice seeing all of the different venues in Calgary and how many there are. I love the like Palomino. Just so many. The venues here are just so cool, and I love the density of how many there are in such a small space. It's been a lot of great venues to be at, and a lot of interesting thoughts to come back to Ottawa with.
Wonderful. Well, Another track?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Maybe if we hold hands right before we jump, we could both grow wings before our bodies go kerplunk. My heart rate is syncopated, I've been in a funk. I found trash worth treasuring while sifting through your junk. If the boots were my wolves, then would you still lick them? I can't move to the groove that booms out that system. It's so easy to see fantasy is null when you have nothing to eat and your battery is dull. I might reach the tavern just to soak some hope, come up a bit and cop a couple doubles from the local succubus around here. Everybody's heard the bird's tale, that knows when I'm around to keep that ichor on rail. I got a dozen sticks of some potent pipe weed to share with anyone willing to say they like me. I'll sleep on any bed of nails, painted nicely on a hand I might have off and try to make me wifey. I felt the fork in your tongue when we kissed. I saw the knife in the purse of your lips. I live each day with the curse of your fist and the burden of proof that the devil exists. I felt the fork in your tongue when we kissed. I saw the knife in the purse of your lips. I live each day with the curse of your fist and the burden of proof that the devil exists. The fork in your tongue when we kissed. I saw the knife in the purse of your lips. I live each day with the curse of your fist and the burden of proof that the devil exists. I felt the fork in your tongue when we kissed. I saw the knife in the purse of your lips. I live each day with the curse of your fist and the burden of proof that the devil exists. I saw the knife in the purse of your lips. I live each day with the curse of your fist and the burden of proof that the devil exists.
Thank you.
Of course. That was wonderful. The track you just played was KERPLUNK and is a recent single.
Yes.
What does your creative process look like when you're creating your music?
I usually start with the production. I do write a lot, like, distinct from the production aspect. And I think because I'm both the producer and the writer, a lot of time for me, it's I'll have lyrics and I'll have instrumentals. And as I make a new song, I may be throwing lyrics that I've already written at it. And then similarly, I might have a set of lyrics and I'll just be constantly trying to reproduce over and over and over again until I find something that matches. So it's a lot of like almost remixing my own songs that have already been written until I find something that matches. KERPLUNK is an example of that, where the hook was written for quite a long time and it was just like 4 lines that I felt really went well together. And it wasn't until I found the instrumental that matched them that I wrote the rest of the verse and then did all the production and then mixing and mastering after. So a lot of it's kind of like playing a mix and match game because I'm making a lot of instrumentals that don't have lyrics necessarily. And then I'm, writing a lot of things that aren't necessarily being written to an instrumental at the time.
How did you get into music?
I started very young as a musician. I just happened to have a home computer at the dawn of the internet age, to age myself, in the 90s. And it was somewhere between, I had a Casio keyboard that I had access to at my aunt's house. So I would press play on the drum beats and kind of smash the keys long before I understood music theory. And then I also had a computer game called Kid Riffs when I was very young. That it was a little village and you could go to one place and put little loops together and you can go somewhere else and hit a drum kit, and I would do that, and then that kind of led into me getting Cool Edit Pro, which is now Adobe Audition, I believe, and then Audacity, and I just started remixing instrumentals. So I would download Dr. Dre songs and throw on reverb or pitch it down, and I would burn it to a CD and show it to my friends. So I kind of slipped and fell into music production, and then I was a beatboxer, and eventually I started a band in my teen years, and then that's how this all started.
If you weren't a musician, what do you think you'd be doing?
Oh, that's a great question. I wanted to be an entomologist. I wanted to study bugs when I
That's
was a
really
kid.
cool.
So probably that, but I also do many other things. I am a visual artist. I work in arts administration. I'm an audiovisual technician. A lot of things revolving around art. If it wasn't for that artistic side of myself, I think I would likely have wanted to go into entomology. But yeah, that was probably what I would have dreamt of, what I dreamt of doing as a child. But I don't think I ever really chose to be a musician. I think I just started doing it.
How do you think of how do you create like what's it called, your album covers, or like you say you're a visual artist, like how do you incorporate that into into your music?
Yeah, I've mostly done all the album covers myself. I have worked with some other artists. So great Ottawa visual artist Hannah Judge, who also fronts Fan Club Wallet, which is an amazing Ottawa-based band. Did the visuals for We Just Played the Knife Game with a Buster Sword, which was the single that I put out prior to KERPLUNK. So I usually do the album art myself, but then I'm looking to collaborate with more people now, and yeah, just I usually, again, self-doing everything. But as the project grows, I'm looking to collaborate with more and more people.
Actually, this is just a question for me personally. How did you think of the title Ontario Hyperpuke?
Yeah, at the time, I didn't want, again, very inspired by Midwestern emo and all the other, regional styles of music. And there was definitely, we have a really cool and tight hyperpop adjacent or hyperpop scene in Ottawa, and Hyperpuke was inspired by a line I always use, candy coated intrusive thoughts, where a lot of my writing is not necessarily intentional. It's kind of just things I'm ruminating on or ways in which I'm putting my thoughts together. So I was originally thinking Ontario hyperpop, but then thinking of how I'm kind of just puking out these lyrics and not being too intentional with how I'm writing them, turned into Ontario Hyperpuke. And I wanted to keep it regional, just to as an ode again to some of my influences and all the different forms of regional music, whether that's Jersey Club or Midwestern emo or Detroit, techno, all these other regional forms of music. If
you could host your own festival, what band would you want on it?
That's a great question. Well, I do help run Side by Side Weekend in Ottawa, so I do help throw a festival in Ottawa. But if I had a dream band, of living or dead is the big question.
Any. Give me 3.
Oh, my dream lineup for my own personal festival. Oh my gosh, that is a great question. Oof. I mean, I would have Sophie at my festival. That would be the first person I would probably think of. I would probably want such a good question. I would probably want Sophie, Betty Davis, and that is a good question. I'm not gonna try. I will try not to take too long to answer.
You're all good. Take your time.
Yeah, Sophie, Betty Davis, and I'm trying to think who else has massively inspired me. Probably Guru from Gangstar.
Oh heck yeah, I'd go to that festival instantaneously. Mm-hmm. As an artist, what's a challenge you face in the music industry, and how do you navigate working around them?
Yeah, as an artist, I mean, just the first thing that comes to mind, and I think I would be doing a disservice by not stating this, being a mixed race, Black, Indigenous, even just Irish, and trans artist in the industry, it's an uphill battle for folks like myself and other people who come from generally oppressed background. I think that is always going to be an uphill battle in any industry, but also specifically the Canadian music industry, and that's always just something that's difficult to navigate. The barriers that we face specifically, and then also just tokenism and how hard that can be to navigate as a racialized person or as a queer person in the industry, and how to navigate it. I think we're all still figuring it out, and it's very difficult. And I think just community, being around each other, building our own spaces, and working with people who are going to treat us with the respect and dignity that not only we deserve, but that is automatically shown to people who are in a more privileged position to us.
Do you have a particular project or performance that was especially meaning to you, that stands out to you in your career?
Oh, Yes. That is a great question. For me, I think I'd say an Ontario Hyperpuke, because before then I was pretty reticent to put out any music that included my real voice until then. And I think it really opened a lot of doors for me, just being confident to release anything with my voice on it, despite it having vocal effects.
Yeah.
And then I'd also say anytime anyone appreciates interacting with me, talking to me, anytime a fan comes up to me and is excited to talk to me, anytime someone sings my lyrics back to me, that is always mind-blowing. And I think for someone like myself who, I don't think I ever chose to be a musician, it's just something I've been doing naturally my whole life. So for me, anyone being excited to interact with HUG MOSH or myself is always mind-blowing and a pleasure, and I'm so grateful that I'm like here doing this right now.
What are your 3 must-bring essentials to a show to the show you're playing?
Oh, a hoodie. I need a hoodie so I can feel like the head hug of like tying your hoodie really tight. I'd say a hoodie would be absolutely essential. Band merch from bands that I know or local bands. I'm here at Sled wearing almost entirely band merch. I'm wearing a Just Fine shirt under this shirt here, which is a great band from Ottawa, Ontario. So I'd say band merch, a hoodie, and comfortable shoes, which may not. I'm wearing big boots right now, but they are some of my most comfortable shoes. So definitely comfortable shoes.
Wonderful. Let's play another track, and I'll get some more questions from you afterwards.
Check. Yo. I just lost another friend to darkness, which will also come. I asked Santa God the earth for help, and yet they offered none. This road is paved with apathy. I pray you need not show your thumb. I'm told our tale is told, so when they toll the bell, just hold someone. I'm tired of trying to appease whatever humanity is left in you. I hope when the bombs drop here that you have someone there to melt into. Could you count us in before you go and beat that button red? Aren't you glad the lesser of 2 evils brought upon the end? I have no confidence inside the vote I cast. I just signed a deal in blood and I hope that it's my last. I'm feeling dry. You see, I'm nothing but a husk. My wanderlust for trust increases daily, dawn to dusk. I'm out of luck. No lack of luster in my musk. And if you see me peering over the edge, I'm at my cusp, ready to bust and let a bullet ballet in my mug. I can't tell if it's the lack of fuck or fun. I don't care where you are right now, where you really at. I don't wanna dance with no veneer, where's your shitty at? I don't wanna talk to TikTok, where's your city at? We don't have to talk at all if you don't know what I'm getting at, it's cool. Why the thing you could ever know to be true is you're a fool. Sharper thing you could ever know to be true, it ain't a tool. I got a shed full of tears and a body full of fears. I got a nervous system nervous to be here, and I bet it's I just lost another friend to darkness, which will also come. I asked Santa God the earth for help, and yet they offered none. This road is paved with apathy. I pray you need not show your thumb. I'm told our tale is told, so when they toll the bell, just hold someone. I'm tired of trying to appease whatever humanity is left to you. I hope when the bombs drop here that you have someone there to melt into. Could you count us in before you go and beat that button red? Aren't you glad the lesser of 2 evils brought upon the end? I said, aren't you glad the lesser of 2 evils brought upon the end? Calgary, I hope when the bombs drop here that you have someone there to melt into. I hope when the bombs drop here that you have someone there to melt into. Thank you.
That track was When the Bombs Drop Here, and how did you get the inspiration to write that track?
world right now. That's one of those like candy coated intrusive thoughts when like I think I was just thinking about the obvious sheer existential dread of the geopolitical crises happening in the world right now. And I don't think I said you in the original lyric. I was just like, oh, I hope when the bombs drop here that I have someone there to melt into. And it is accidentally more topical today than ever, but that's where those lyrics originally came from. Yeah.
Do you have any bands you want to shout out?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, I was here, very lucky to be around so many friends. Pony Girl, Orchidea, Spirit Desire, all played here as well. Dresser, Ribbon Skirt, Cootie Catcher, Slash Need, back in Ottawa. There are so many people that I would like to shout out. Oh my gosh, Malinovka, which is Alexander Jacobchuk, who is at Uppercut Studios. He does all of the visuals for the HUG MOSH project, so I'm typically performing with visuals behind me. So Alex is doing those visuals. He also plays in Malinovka, which is an amazing band. Just Fine, Crisis Party, Maddie Grace, Danny Dukes, Bangs, Chimes. There are so many amazing artists in Ottawa. Lars Arms. Oh my gosh, I could go on forever, which I won't. But there are so many great artists in Ottawa. We have such an amazing scene. Loser, Arthritis Kid, Frankie, based in Montreal now. I'm going to forget some people. I love you all. There's so many people I could say. But, yeah, we have such an amazing scene in Ottawa. And I quite literally... Fifth, Bainzine, Fan Club Wallet, Emerson Hall. There's so many people. And I would not be here without the support of my community. And it's quite literally through their blood, sweat, and tears and supporting me that I'm here at Sled Island.
What's up next for HUG MOSH? Do you have anything planned for the rest of the year?
Yeah, so I'll be throwing and performing at Side by Side Weekend, which is July 25th, 26th, and 27th, back in Ottawa at Saw Center, Club Saw. And then I also am quite literally on June 26th, so just a few days after I'm back in Ottawa, I'll be playing a great event in support of the Trans Library in Ottawa with Tales from Behind the Counter, TBC Zine, with tons of great artists, queer artists based in Ottawa, and then a lot of other great events that are going to be happening there. I have a couple events between now and the festival, Side by Side Weekend, and but the most important one for me to say now is that I'm doing a fundraiser for the Trans Library in Ottawa on June 26th.
Do you have any releases in the upcoming year or like any tours planned?
Yes, I'll be releasing an EP next month. Details are coming out this week. But yeah, I'm very excited for this EP. And When the Bombs Drop Here will be on that EP coming out next month. You'll be able to hear it on DSPs, Bandcamp, SoundCloud, all that within the next 30 days.
And you just launched it here on the show.
And this was the premiere, yes.
So wonderful. Anyways, HUG MOSH, thank you so much for being on the show today. You are absolutely wonderful.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, Sled, CJSW, Simulation Soirée. It is an absolute honor. The team here has been great. And Calgary, thank you.
And where can folks find you on the socials?
Yes, on all socials, I am hug.mosh. I'm also on SoundCloud, Bandcamp. You can find me on all traditional DSPs. Feel free to reach out to me. That's where you can find me. And again, thank you, Calgary, for being so hospitable.
And thank you so much for being on the show this afternoon. I can't wait to see you later in the afternoon.
I will see everyone at the PAL for the pig roast.
Heck yeah. Anyways, I'm going to play one track right now. This is Warble, once mentioned by HUG MOSH during our bands you want to shout out, Crisis Party. So I will catch you all in a little bit. See ya.